Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you all about two different bike route utilities that you can use. They're both free and they're both pretty powerful. So the first one I'll talk about is called ridethecity.org, and what's cool about it really is that it has all the bike lanes and bike routes from all over the city included, and it takes road conditions into account. So a road might look like a great thing on paper, but if it's got a bunch of potholes, it's not going to be safe for you as a cyclist. So when you put in the destination, it'll route you around the bad roads and the busy roads and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. We'll do something from Bellarmine, which is where I'm teaching, and we'll go to Bellwood. Okay, so you can see it's routed me from Bellarmine to Bellwood, and there are some different routing options that it will give you. You can do something like a direct route, and then maybe a kind of safe route, and then the safest route. Now on this one, let's see here, for direct is pretty much the same, and you'll see over here it pops up saying, you've selected the most direct route. It does not attempt to steer you towards safe streets. Please ride with care. And that's really just a good admonition. And generally, you should always ride with care. I'm going to go back to the safer route, which again, like I said, is pretty much the same. Now you can zoom down into it and see the individual street level, get all the names, so you can kind of walk yourself through your course. Okay, and these right here, another cool thing about Ride the City is that it will try to, if possible, route you near bicycle shops. So we've got Bicycle Sport and VO2 Multisport right next to each other. And it looks like it's roughly halfway, well, maybe a little bit, but yeah, roughly halfway along the route. So if you're an inexperienced biker, so you get a flat or something like that, you can always kind of hobble your bike over to a bike shop and see if they can help you out. It also has text instructions along the side if you'd like those. If you do have an iPod or an iPhone or anything that takes one of those things, or even an Android device, Ride the City has apps. So now if you have an iPod and you're taking it with you, you might not have the automatic updates where it tells you exactly where you are, but you will have a map with the route on it, which is nice. Okay, the other option is Google Maps, and let's go ahead and put the route in. So again, Bellarmine, let's see here. And alright, so here's the route for Bellarmine University, and all this looks pretty cluttered with the satellite view on there, so I'm going to go ahead and add or take that layer off. This just reduces it just to the street level. You can see right now it's got me routed for a car. Obviously I'm not going to get on 264 on my bicycle, but if you go over here you can see it's got cars, public transit, walking, and cycling. What's cool about TARC, or public transit here in Louisville, is they do have bike racks, so you can actually incorporate biking and TARC. We'll get into that in a minute. But so let's say we're doing the bicycling route. Now you can see as soon as we did that, the map changed over to showing all the different bike lanes and shared paths and stuff like that we have here in Louisville. You can see here along this line here, this is part of what's called the Louisville Loop, and Louisville is planning on a 100-mile or more bike loop around the city. It's about 25% done right now. But getting back to this path here, another cool thing about Google Maps is that, say you look on here and you decide for whatever reason, say there's construction or you didn't like the road from a previous ride, you can actually take the route and you can move it to an area that you deem to be safer. Now, you can't do this in Ride the City, so this is something that Google Maps offers that Ride the City does not. Another cool thing about Google Maps that Ride the City does not offer is the street view. So if you've never been on a ride before, you can actually take this little guy, put him on your route, and it will show you exactly what the street's going to look like when you're riding. So you can look ahead of time and kind of see if you think it's going to be safe. Here it might be, but then later on, let's say here we are on LaGrange. Okay, now we're on it's a single lane road. So if you're riding on it, you see, there's a bunch of potholes or conditions on the side of the road are not nice. You might be a little stressed out holding up traffic on a bicycle. It's something you have to figure out ahead of time or modify after you've done the route and decide either you want to try a different road or not. Let's see here, let's close this down. Get out of Street View for a second. Okay, another cool thing, like I said, about Google Maps is, yes, it does have the bike paths. Yes, you can change the route, but also you can include, public transit. TARC here in Louisville has bike racks in the front of the buses that you can pull down, and if you visit their website, it gives you a whole, I think they've got like a rap video on how to do it. But you can see here it's telling you to take about an hour or hour and 2 hours, basically, to get from Bellarmine to Bellwood. Looks like here's an option for about an hour and a half. You can check here. So if I want to arrive to Bellwood, I want to arrive there tomorrow. Let's say I want to get there around 8. Get directions. That's significantly faster, so I can do this. It would require that I do a decent amount of walking to get here, but significantly faster, and I'll arrive. Let's see here. Yeah, 7:30, so I'll even get there before I need to be there, which is good. So that's another option. Now, if you're planning out your bike trips and you want to kind of get involved, ask some people who are in the know and see if they can give you some pointers. There's some great places to start. One would be a club like Bike Louisville that's big into advocacy, also they do group rides, and they'll also do training, I think. Another option is something I just found today called Bicycling for Louisville. It looks like they run a blog that keeps up to date with what's going on with the bicycle culture in Louisville, which is pretty cool. So those are the different options. It's ridethecity.org, and then Google Maps. You can mess around with the different options if you want to do biking, walking, public transit, driving. Like I said, I really like that you can go ahead and look with the Street View. Let's see here. You can scout it out in advance with Street View, which is nice. And then, like I said, if you think that it's not going to be safe, you can go ahead and change your route. Just maybe not with public transportation, because you can't make the TARC move. But so anyway, I really like that, and it comes in handy. It's nice. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them. Thanks.